My name is Jonathan Parfrey. I'm the executive director of the organization Climate Resolve. Climate Resolve is the host here, thank you, along with Echo America. And there are just a few public servicey things I wanted to bring to your attention first. First of all, it's a warm day. We're going to be talking about the urban heat island effect. And next door in the parking lot, with all that asphalt that's laid out there on this warm day, you too can experience the urban heat island effect. And we are supplying glass bottles for you to have and take with you. But our own tasty LADWP tap water, and I say that with absolute confidence, is available for you next door. And you can fill it up. And it's the same water that gets delivered in your markets, except it comes in a pipeline rather than by a truck. So it's much better for you and much better for the planet. And if you haven't checked it out, there are exhibit spaces in the mezzanine, and we really encourage you to check out the VR experience that's also available there. And very briefly, I just wish to acknowledge the staff of both Echo America and Climate Resolve, the co-host. So if you're a staff member, could you just rise for a second or wave your hand? It's a great, great crew, and I would appreciate you giving them thanks. So it gives me tremendous joy to be here today, because you're here, I think, to make a difference and to not just protest. And of course, protest has its place, but I think you came today to get down to work. And the work is to protect your family, your home, and your neighborhood and your city from the impacts of climate change. So guess what, guys? We're going to do some work today. You're here for climate solutions, and we have them for you for your immediate attention. We have 3 calls to action for you to take while you're here. And guess what? You can use your cell phone to do it. So we've been putting up slides of how you can log into the Wi-Fi. That's available for free here. I'm asking you to do that now. I mean, how many speakers tell you to actually look at your cell phone? I'm asking you to look at your cell phone and log in to the Ace Hotel Wi-Fi if you haven't already, because there's some really exciting actions that you'll be able to take. So I'm going to tell you about one climate solution that's already taking place here in Los Angeles, and it's Ciclavia. Now, Ciclavia is a great example of how to fight climate change and improve Southern California at the same time. So here's what Ciclavia has done for the LA region. Yes, there are 100,000 smiles per event, but there's much more. UCLA studied Ciclavia and found that on the days that Ciclavia takes place, smog and greenhouse gas emissions are down by half. And during Ciclavia, the businesses along the route have their biggest day of the year. And Ciclavia also does this thing of planting a seed in your head that you too can commute by bicycle without using your car. And sure enough, where Ciclavia goes, bike lanes follow. It's a win-win-win, and pedaling at Ciclavia all day, you will truly get tired of winning. Now, 21 events, thank you for acknowledging the joke, I appreciate that. So we're now 21 events later with millions of participants, and Ciclavia has become an LA institution, and it became an institution thanks to 3 people who are here today. LA's Mayor Eric Garcetti, former Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, and the Ciclavia director, Ramel Pascual, and you'll be hearing from all of them soon. Now, on the subject of transportation, did you know that auto emissions are California's #1 contributor to the climate problem? And so we have a graph of the greenhouse gas emissions in the state of California. So I want you to look at this graph because you'll see transportation's at 39% of greenhouse gas emissions in the state of California. Now, I want you to also see that the industrial sector is something like 23%. Over half of the industrial sector is emissions from refineries. And so coupled together, the automobiles, trucks, planes, trains contribute to over half of our greenhouse gas emissions. Now, we can't tackle climate change without giving people real options to get out of their cars. And that's why our organization, Climate Resolve, helped establish the EnviroMetro Coalition. We teamed up with over 60 organizations, many of whom are here today, and I have to give a special nod to Move LA, to help win Measure M, the transportation initiative that is going to transform the way we get around in Southern California. And it is our next speaker, Mayor Eric Garcetti, that led this campaign to achieve this transformative victory. Before we hear from the mayor, I wanted to tell you about another climate solution that Climate Resolve is championing, and that is cool roofs. Just by changing the composition of material on the roof, cool roofs help homeowners save money. They reduce the production of greenhouse gas used in the generation of electricity, and they keep people cool in the heat. And by the way, cool roofs even reduce the production of smog. And Climate Resolve is working with both nonprofits and businesses to put cool roofs on the homes of low-income households. It's another win-win-win. And so you'll notice a common theme here, that all of these actions are about LA, for LA, by Angelenos. These are local solutions to global climate change. And although the effects from climate change are certain, what we do about it is up for grabs, and that's where you come in. Mr. Trump took the United States out of the Paris Accord. That's a fact. But I say, paraphrasing Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go local. Climate Resolve was established around 7 years ago with the idea of local action first. All of our experience and research points to the idea that if we act locally and we accomplish climate solutions locally, then that power can spread across the nation. And we believe that local action spread wide and far will compel our nation to act.